Hey guys, Kelly here with Mindful Bodyworks. So today we're going to be doing an outdoor session. Hopefully the outdoor elements will agree with us and let us do it without too much interruption. All right, so today's flow is just going to be an all over flow. I really want you to listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel good, make sure you make modifications. But this is going to build some heat and some stretching, so let's get started. We're gonna start in all fours. We're gonna start with our cat and cow. So with cat and cow, we're gonna exhale, bring our chin towards our chest, arch our spine up towards the sky, reach, 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 reach. And then on our next inhale, we'll bring the belly down towards the ground and we'll look forward. You wanna push through those arms, nice strong arms, pushing through all 10 fingers. And so we're gonna do that a couple times with our own breath, exhaling up, inhaling down. If you need to breathe faster or slower, please do. Keeping that belly engaged. Belly button is in towards that spine, working that core. And then coming back to a neutral spine. We're going to bring our left knee towards our nose and bring our right hand in. Exhale, we're going to reach and switch sides. So opposite arm, opposite leg, reach through the heel so your foot is flexed. Work with that with your own breath. Really squeezing the glutes, squeezing the abdominals. Make sure you're not collapsing through the arms. Nice strong arms. We'll do one on each side. Last one. And coming back to center. Let's go ahead and arch back up to our cat, moving it around a little bit. Good. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our toes into the mat, get our fingers nice and wide, starfish fingers. Lift those hips up and back and pedal through. Really breathing here. And then coming back to center and just swaying the hips a little bit. We still have a nice bend in the knees. A lot of people think you have to be very strict with yoga. You can move and see what feels good with your body. So coming back to center, we're going to go ahead and walk our feet in to meet the hands. And we're going to hang in a forward fold. Again, you can keep a nice bend in the knees and just kind of loosey-goosey with the hips. Feels really good on the hip joints and the low back. And of course, you're still breathing. Let's go ahead and roll up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head's the last thing to come up. And inhale up. And exhale down. Again, inhale up. And exhale down. So from here, we're going to come into a chair pose, building the heat in those legs. So we're going to inhale the arms up, and we're going to sit straight back with those hips. Now you want to be breathing here. You should be able to wiggle those little toesies there. If this is too much for your low back, you can always have your arms out in front of you. And we'll take one more breath here, and then we'll shoot to standing. And then we're going to add a little to that. We're going to interlace the fingers behind us. And we're going to do the same thing. So inhaling here and exhaling, sitting back into that chair. Really reaching through those arms, opening the chest. Pulling those hips back so that your knees aren't in front of the toes. You should be able to see all 10 toes right now. I'll take one more breath here. And then we'll shoot to standing and relax the arms. So inhaling up, exhale, swan diving down. So hinging at the hips, slowly coming down, letting any stress or tension just melt and out of the head. Breathing. And coming back to center. Again, we're going to come into our chair pose. So we're going to bend from below. Instead of sitting down, we're just going to bend at the knees, hinge at the hips, and lift the upper body. We'll take one more breath here, and then we're going to fold back down. We're gonna heel to toe those feet out wide to your mat. So you wanna have a nice wide stance. And then we're gonna do a wide chair. This time we're not gonna be coming all the way up. We're gonna keep our chest level with our thighs. So we're gonna be reaching through the fingertips and reaching through the tailbone. You should be able to wiggle those toes. That lets you know all your weight is distributed through the foot. And you're breathing. Again, folding back down into a forward fold. We'll come into a half lift. So inhaling, half lift. Nice straight spine. Exhaling, fold. And then we're gonna come into that wide chair again. So let's take an inhale here. And then exhaling, bend at the knees, hinge the hips. Again, we want to keep our chest and our thighs in the same plane. So really trying to keep the spine straight. And then on your next exhale, you can fold back down. Just kind of do a little dance with those legs. Let's heel toe in to about hip width now. And we're gonna go ahead and come into our reverse swan dive. So we're gonna inhale, bring the arms all the way up, riding that breath. Reach through the fingertips. Exhale, come back down. Good. We're gonna take our hands to our hips. Left foot's coming forward, right foot's gonna be straight back behind us. All 10 toes are facing the top of our mat. We want those shoulders to be down and away from the ears. And we're gonna inhale the arms up. And exhale, hold this pose, a high lunge. Really breathing into the front of this back leg. Good. Now we're gonna inhale here. And then on your exhale, you're gonna open the arms, open those back toes. So now we're front heel, back arch. So we've moved the right toes to face forward. So reaching through the arms, really coming into this lunge. Again, make sure that your knee is back away from the ankle or in line with the ankle. We don't want it to be over the toes. Lifting up through the crown of the head. And finding your breath. Feeling like a warrior. This is warrior 2. So coming into reverse warrior, we're going to inhale that front arm, drop the back arm, lifting up, still keeping the legs the same. Breathing here. And on our next exhale, we'll sweep that forearm to the front thigh. Right arm's gonna come up and over, reaching through the fingertips for a nice juicy stretch on that right side. Anchoring through that back foot and reaching, 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 opening the chest. Take one more breath here. And then on our next inhale, we're gonna come all the way up, turning all 10 toes forward. We're gonna inhale here. Exhale, hinge at the hips. You wanna keep a nice bend in the knees when you're coming down. Relax the head. And we're gonna inhale the right arm up, twisting with the spine. Exhale down, left arm. Good, one more time, inhaling up. And left arm. And coming back to center. Now taking the right arm to the left ankle if you can. You're just gonna be reaching over. Now you can take the left hand to your low back and add a twist. If this is too much, you can just put your left hand on your low back and keep your right hand center. Breathing into the legs. One more breath here, and then slowly coming back to center. And we'll do that with the other side. So we're going to bring the left hand to the right ankle. And the right hand comes to the low back and twist. Breathing into this. And then coming back to center, relaxing out of the pose. And we're just going to walk those hands over. All 10 toes are going to turn and face the end of the mat here. And we're going to inhale and lift up into our high lunge. So So really breathing here, reaching up. Again, making sure your lunge is set up good so that you're in a 90-degree angle, or you can be back a little bit, but you don't want your knee to be in front of the ankle. We'll take one more breath here. And on our next exhale, we're going to open the arms up and open those left toes forward. So we have our right heel and our back left arch. Coming into our warrior two. So reaching through the arms, reaching back and forward at the same time, coming lower into that lunge, finding your breath, welcoming any warmth in the legs, the glutes. Inhaling, we'll come into our reverse warrior, lifting the front arm, dropping the back arm, keeping the legs exactly the same. And on your next exhale, sweeping that right arm down to the thigh, left arm's coming up and over. Again, anchoring through that back left outer edge of the foot and reaching up through those left fingertips. One line of energy from the foot to the fingers. And we'll take one more breath. And then we'll bring all the way back up to center. So inhaling the arms up and exhaling down. This time let's bend the knees. Inhale the arms up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Good. So we're going to turn back to the first side. So we're just going to frame the foot with the hands. We're going to step back into that downward facing dog. And then we're going to do a little strength work. So we're going to inhale and bring that right flex foot behind us. Exhale, we're going to bring that knee towards the nose. Strong, breathing here. Inhale up. And exhale again, bring the knee to the nose. Last time, inhale up. This time we're going to exhale into a plank and lower down with strength. If you need to drop to your knee, you can. And then we're going to come back into our downward facing dog. So hanging out here. So if you're not able to do the full plank lower, you just drop your knee and lower yourself down, okay? So coming to the other side, inhaling left leg behind us. Exhale, bring knee towards nose. Again, up, inhale. Left knee towards nose. Last time. And this time we're coming to our plank, lowering down with strength, and coming back to downward facing dog. Now if this is too much for you, you can take a rest in child's pose, knees apart, feet together. Otherwise, just find your breath. Good. Let's go ahead and drop to the knees, and we'll come into our child's pose. So with this, knees apart, feet together, relax the head down. If you're not able to get down, you can stack those fists. Breathing here. One more breath. And we're going to modify this just a little bit. We're going to come into puppy pose. So we're going to bring our knees right under our hips. We still want length with the arms. And relaxing down. Now if you're not able to get your head down, you can just come down on your forearms, but you really want to have your knees and your hips in a line, okay? Last breath. And then slowly folding those arms to support you and coming back to all fours. Then we're going to go ahead and dip our toes into the mat. Take our fingers wide. Coming back into our downward facing dog. Lifting up. Breathing here. And we're going to walk the hands and feet together. breathing and rolling one vertebrae at a time. Head's the last thing to come up. Inhale, arms up, and exhale down. All right, so now we're gonna come into some balancing poses. So I'd like to start with half moon. So half moon, you're going to come all the way down into a forward fold. Now keep in mind, the further away you have your fingertips away from you, the easier it's gonna be to balance. So if you have them really close to your feet, it's gonna be a little more challenging, okay? So with this, what we wanna do is we're gonna lift the right leg behind us, and then we're gonna open the hip up. So opening the hip. So you can stay just like this, especially if you're struggling with your balance. Or if you'd like to, you can place just the left hand. So we have the left foot, left hand, right arm can either come to the hip, or you can extend the right arm up. So ideally we want to open the shoulders and the hips up facing forward. This is a great one to practice next to a wall. You would just have your whole back on the wall. And then slowly coming back down and coming to the other side. So left leg goes straight up behind us. You can stay here, opening the hip up, opening the arm up if you want to. So we'd have right foot, right hand, and then extending the arm up if it's comfortable. You can look down or you can try and look up. And then slowly coming back to center. And just relaxing the head, the neck, the shoulders. I want you to grab the back of the calves and really pull yourself in. You can clasp the arms on the back of the knees as well. And then slowly coming back out. And let's go ahead and do a reverse swan dive so we can come back up to standing. And exhaling those arms down. So our next balancing pose, we're just going to be doing our tree pose. So everyone has seen tree pose. There's lots of different variations. If you're working on balance, your tree pose might be both feet on the ground. You can be below the knee or you can be above the knee. So keep in mind too, depending on if you have really slippery pants, sometimes that makes it a little more difficult. So do your best. Breathing here. Works really well if you find a spot and just stare at it. Really pushing the inner thigh and the foot together. And then slowly coming out, shaking the legs out. And switching sides. So extending the arms. Again, it's perfectly okay to keep the foot on the ground, below the knee or above the knee. Finding that spot, feeling like someone's pulling you from the crown of your head. Now, if you do have your arms extended up, make sure you're relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. And breathe. Find that steady breath. And then slowly coming out, shaking those legs out again. Great job. All right, so now we're going to be coming to the floor. So we're going to inhale up. And then we're going to swan dive down. Just as we've been doing. Half lift, inhale. And exhale. We're just going to bring our hips and our rear end down to the floor. All right, so from here, we're going to just do a half stretch. So we're going to bring our right foot into our left thigh. Left foot is going to be flexed, so toes towards your nose, and reach out. So if you can't grab the foot, you're just going to be reaching out wherever you can grab, but you want your spine to be nice and tall. So breathing here. Now that we're not standing in a sweaty standing pose, we're going to be holding these just for a few breaths, but it's really important for you to concentrate on your breath. Sometimes harder poses make us breathe, and often we forget to just really let our breath flow with these softer poses. So switching legs, right leg is extended, left foot comes into the inner thigh. Right toes towards our nose, grab wherever you can, keeping a nice tall back. Lifting through the top of the head. And then coming back to center. We'll be coming into our butterfly pose. So now we have both soles of our feet together and we have these butterfly wings here. Now we're going to take our inner elbow and we're just going to push, or a forearm, and push those knees down. Now you want to keep a nice straight back with this. So find your straight spine first and then just lean forward. You might not go very far, but we're not collapsing. We're keeping the back nice and straight. And then coming back up to center. We're just going to sit cross-legged, however that's comfortable for you. We're going to take the left hand to the right knee and we're just going to do a real easy twist. So breathing here, still lifting through the crown of the head, finding some stretch in that low back, and coming back to center. Right hand, left knee, same thing. Twisting. Breathing. And then coming back to center. All right, so we're going to be rolling down nice and slow. Try and use your abdominals as long as possible. And then laying out flat. And windshield wiper the legs. Always feels really good. And we're going to do a little bit of ab work. So we're going to straighten the right leg. Now you can have a bent knee or you can have a straight leg. Completely up to you, like a scissor kick. All right, so you can lift through the head and neck, or if that's too much for your head and neck, you have head and neck issues, you're gonna leave your head on the ground, okay? So choose which one works for you. We're gonna inhale here, and then exhale, switch. So you wanna breathe nice and slow, keeping that belly button pulled in. Couple more. Last one. And relax, bringing those knees into your chest and just rocking. Good. We're going to bring our feet back into that butterfly pose again. So the soles of our feet are together, knees are splayed out. We're going to do some abdominals here. So hands behind the head. Now it's really important when we're lifting, we're not pulling on the head. All right, so you're just going to lift through the nose towards the ceiling or the sky. You're just lifting up. So this isn't a fast abdominal workout. This is a yoga abdominal workout. So we're going to exhale up, inhale down. Keep going. Pushing your head into your hands. This helps to keep you from lifting on the neck. You want your abdominals to do the work. Your hands are just supporting the head and the neck. Last one. Good, and release. Let's extend those legs out long. And go ahead and bend those knees again. All right, guys, windshield wipering the legs from side to side. And then coming into our final resting pose. I'm going to leave you here. So just remember to breathe in the nose, filling the belly.